sometimes you might need to create breakout rooms where students are able to move themselves and choose their own breakout group. So when you're doing that, what you're going to do is you're going to create a breakout group the same way. So I'm going to have 3 groups, and the only difference is you're going to click this box that says allow attendees to switch groups. That will give attendees the option to move to whichever group they choose. So if, for example, you were doing independent work and you had one group that was meeting with the teacher, you might name that the meet with teacher group. You might have an activity, and then you might have a group where students are working with each other, so a group where they are collaborating with other students. And then you might have a group that is working quietly. And this will allow students to choose which group they join. So once you've named your groups, you again make sure you have allow attendees to switch groups. It's going to randomly assign them to one group when you start, and then students will have the ability to switch to their own group. So in the presenter view, you can see the moderator is in the main room, and right now my students are being moved to the different groups. I'm going to switch my screen to the student view. So as a student, what they would see when they are in their participants tab, they will be able to switch groups. So right now, student 4 is in the quiet independent workroom. That is why there is not a door for them to click on. Maybe as student 4, I want to meet with the teacher, so I could click on that door, and that would move me to meet the teacher. And you can see now that I'm connected, I'm in my group with student 5 and student 6. Switching back to the teacher view, as a teacher, I can move students to whatever group I would like to move them to if they need help or for some reason cannot move themselves. So I'm going to move student 3, I'm going to click the 3 dots next to their name, move to another group, and then that brings me to this screen where I can just drag and drop them into whichever group I would like to move them to, and then from there I can shuffle other students around as needed or move them back to the main room. So again, there might be different times that you want to use this and allow students to move to their own group, especially if they are working with a certain group on a project. It's less time consuming if your students are able to do this themselves than you going through and creating the specific breakout groups. So this is something you might want to work toward with your students.